Benny the Blade Calhoun.
It's going to be a good one. Dave Black.
Wow, another very solid team. Dave Black, a prior winner, which was kind of a little bit of a fluke that year that they won. But so he's got experience, and Ben Calhoun's always in the top. His team's always in the top. So another dangerous team. One of my early favorites.
Yeah, not a whole lot of negative things to say about this team. Dave's got a recent baby girl that he had, so I worry about maybe him being up late nights and maybe not being as energized as he usually is. But I think this team could be top 3 as well. This is going to be a tough one to beat.
Bildo's brother, Doug Veerhoff.
And Matty Copeland.
Wow. Energetic, athletic, both college athletes. I think right around middle of the road team. I think Dougie and Jano finished 3rd last year, so in his first year, Doug showed some promise. Matty's a veteran, above average golf player. So again, I think this is a team that may not compete, but it's definitely going to end up in the top half.
Yeah, I think top half too. I think Matty Copeland's really been hitting Wilson a lot this summer, so I think he's going to know that course inside and out. And I think this team's going to get along a lot too. I think that's going to show in their final score. I see top half of a team.
Tommy White.
Andy DeBlazy.
Very good team. Both, again, high school heroes for sure. The lifetime zero is questionable where they're at right now, but I think both of them are pretty good golfers. They will be intense, and they will want to win this. I don't think they have the skills to win it, but I've said this recently again, but a top-tier team, but not a threat to Bill Dodge.
I kind of disagree with you. I think they're going to be right up there. I think Tommy White is a real good golfer. I think he's going to be intense. He's going to bring his bowling game. And Andy DeBlazy's really picked up his athletic prowess as of late, especially in the softball game. So I think this team's going to be up there. I'd say top 4, top 5 for sure. And then maybe give Bildo, if all things kind of line up, I think they're going to be up there.
Brian Close.
Ian Smith.
Wow. Old roommates. Brian Close again was past champion, which again I think was a fluke. He's an above average triathlon player. They know each other well. Nothing better than a middle of the road team though. Athletically, they're limited.
I think Ian Smith has picked up his athleticism, meaning he's out there, he's running every weekend, he's biking. I think he's really gaining strength and will be a competitor this year. I say top 6 maybe for this team. I think they're up there, and we'll kind of see how they play out. I think they get along well together, and we'll see if Cheen can bring his A game.
No question, they will be one of the best dressed teams though out there,
I guess.
Okay, the last team is Brent Martin
and Jason Robertson.
Interesting team. Both, I think, average golfers. I think both are average across the board. No danger of being last place, but no danger of being first place either. I've had the luxury of having Brent as a partner twice. He's a lot of fun, gets after it, was frat brothers with Robs. So know this team well, and I'm saying not a contender to win or lose.
Yeah, I think I've been with Robs before, and his golf game is probably a little bit underrated. I think he's up there in the golfing. Marty, again, everyone remembers his infamous cornhole event a few years back, and I think if he brings that intensity, they could be up there. But again, I think you're right. I think this is a bottom half team. I think they just don't match up well with everyone else in this field, the top contenders.
Just a reminder, Team 15 is Steve and Thom McKenzie, who, again, as everybody knows, the triathlon rules are, they finished last, so they will come back as partners. Team 16, of course, is Bildo Dodge, 2-time repeat champions, looking for the unprecedented three-peat. So now it comes down to predictions, Steve. I know you and I have had a chance to discuss this, and we have some of the same teams up at the top and the bottom and some different. I'll start off with my top three. My prediction coming in third, again, a contender has a possibility to win, would be Benny the Blade Calhoun and Dave Black. Dave Black's won it. Benny Calhoun's always at the top. Calhoun wants to win this worse than anybody here. This could be their year. Team two, I'm predicting an upset. Bildo and Dodge. They will be first or second heading into cornhole. They're unbelievable golfers, unbelievable bowlers. I think they get knocked off a little early in cornhole this year. Don't take it home. Mike Dodge takes the blame for this. My team to win it, Jano and Tom Trainer. I don't want to see it, but if Jano can push Tom Trainer to be competitive and not the pushover little crybaby that he is, they can win this, Steve. I think they can win it.
Yeah, I think this is interesting. I think they're all three of those teams are going to be in the tops. Mine's a little bit different. I think coming in third is going to be Sabota and Catalano. I think they could press for the championship. Sabota's a little bit injured. You know, he's going to use that as a big excuse on why his golf game isn't up to par.
Catalano's golfing or bowling too is always a concern.
Yeah, so I think they're going to be up there, but I think it's going to be a three team. I got a kind of a big surprise. I think two is going to be Bill Dodge again. I think it's just time for an upset. We're ready for it. So I think everyone's looking for that. I think Hardy's going to maybe get in Dodge's head a little bit, and that's going to pay dividends for the rest of the squad. And then I think number one is going to be a kind of a big upset. I think Tommy White and Andy DeBlasi. I don't know why I like this team so much. I think they're going to gel well together. I'm not sure about DeBlasi's golf skills, but I think Tom White is going to bring his A game this year. He's got a lot of confidence. He's an A-type player, so I think those are going to be my top three.
Interesting, Steve. And we've also had a chance to talk about the bottom three, and we have a consensus pick to end up in last place, and that's the Asmo Chris Dussault team. Again, God love the kid. He's a warrior out there. He's unorthodox, but Spasmo does not translate well with triathlon skills at all.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they're the front runners for the bottom. And we'll just see. I think Chris has been, again, like you said, been hitting Wilson up this year, and I think he's going to be kind of at the bottom end, but I think he's going to maybe get them a chance to be not the last team.
And you got to remember, you just got to score a few points to stay out of the bottom.
Exactly.
So they could do that in bowling. But we also have, for the second to last place, we have a consensus too with Barger and Farber. Great guys. They're going to have fun. Lacking golf skills, lacking cornhole skills. I just don't see them getting out of that bottom two or three.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like I said, Farber's got a lot on his plate now, and we'll see how he does with this. Again, I think both these guys are pretty good athletes, and you know, Farber is a real speedy guy out there. But again, does that translate into what this competition is all about? No, and I agree with you. I think they're in the bottom three.
Our third place team prediction, third to last place team prediction is a little bit different. I'm going to put you and Tom that third to last. Again, I don't think you guys will. I think last year something was wrong. Maybe Tom too worried about his girlfriend or something. You guys aren't going to contend, but I just don't see a repeat last place performance.
Yeah, I don't think we are. I think we're going to be middle of the road this year. I don't think we're going to be bottom three. I think we're going to be about halfway there. And I think Tom is ready to break out of his shell a little bit. And myself, I've been hitting Wilson up a lot this year. So I'm thinking we're going to be middle of the road. My bottom three, my third one is going to be Robs and Martin. I just don't see them getting out of that bottom three. I think they're going to be middle of the road golf. They'll be looking okay at that point. Bottom of the road on bowling, and then cornhole, I think is going to be a disaster for them. I think
even though Brent did have that miraculous comeback, you think
I don't think he can't repeat that. I don't think anyone could repeat that level of confidence and energy. I just don't see it happening.
Okay, Steve, let's just talk about a dark horse, the team that most people may not think are contenders, but have an outside chance to shock the world. Mine is, and again, this is a little bit of a surprise, but mine is Ben Fortcamp and Andy Hardy. They've got charisma, they've got chemistry, they've got years and years of binge drinking behind them. This is a dangerous team. They will not be afraid to bowl the other teams around them. I like this team a lot.
My dark horse is a little bit different. Maybe it's because it's a little bit blood relation here, but I think Dougie Vierhoff and Matty C could translate well together. Again, Matty C's been hitting the course a lot. Dougie Vierhoff is one of the most confident, probably cocky guys I know. and sometimes that pays dividends. And again, he's got the backbone. He's lived in the past with Bildo. And so I think he knows how to train for this and get really in the top.
So it's in the genes.
So it's in the genes is what I'm saying. And again, they won't go down without a fight. So we'll just kind of see, can Matty C put the whole day together?
Right.
Do you think he can do it?
No.
Okay.
But that's why I don't have him as my dark horse. The other team that we both like but would hate to see compete and get to the top would be the Ian Preppy. They're both talented. They're both cocky. I don't want to see it, but they have the skills to do it too.
They do, and again, I think you made a point earlier. They're more concerned about how they look overall than actually the victory. I think, especially with Preppy, he's going to have maybe 3 or 4 bandanas on, maybe some white shoes, white belt, and who knows? I think, but he's going to be looking to try to look good, and maybe won't focus in on the skills of the day. That's where I have them.
And lastly, I think this is the best year as far as teams that I can remember in all the 6 years. I think a lot of good friends got paired together, which will be interesting to see how they do. And I think there's a lot of parity at top and a lot of parity at bottom. So there'll be good fights for the first place and good fights for last place. So really interesting year. We hope to see you all out on the course. And again, look for Fromkes' email with the large attachment with all the rules. But it's going to be essentially the same thing as last year, and we look forward to it.
Everyone should bring their A game.